Welcome! Today you're going to learn how to solder. The first thing we need to do when soldering is to make sure we have our safety glasses. Safety glasses are paramount. Hot molten metal. We don't want any of that in our eyes. Once you've got your safety glasses on, now let's take a look at our equipment.
Our first piece of equipment is the soldering iron. Next, we have the third hand, followed by the safety glasses. Then we have the brass sponge, and finally our solder. Great. Now that our soldering iron has heated up, we're going to take it out, holding it with our thumb and our index finger. We're now going to tin. We're putting solder on the tip of our soldering iron. Again, this is tinning our soldering iron. Place it in the brass sponge. You want to be wary of any fumes that's caused by the resin. We don't really want to breathe those if we can help it. Now I'm going to put it back in the holder. Once the soldering iron has come up to temperature, I'm going to now take a look at our LED. I'm going to take a little bit of tape and I'm going to put this tape on my LED. Now the zigzag section is the positive section, while the loopy curly Q side is the negative section. I'm going to place my LED down here and I'm going to use my tape to secure the LED to the card. You might have to bend it a little bit until you have the LED lead resting on top of the copper wire where it's flat and flush so that it'll make a good connection when we solder it. Now I'm coming back to my soldering iron. Now remember, I've already tinned the tip. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my soldering iron and I'm going to place it so the edge of the soldering iron is touching the copper and the lead of the LED. And then I'm going to feed it solder until I form a solid connection. Now we need to tin the tip. Put a little solder on the tip of your soldering iron and put it in the brass sponge again. Get it cleaned off. You shouldn't see any oxidation, and then now you can put it back in the stand. Now you're going to need to go ahead and do the other side of our simple LED card. This time we're going to use the second hand or the third hand to hold the LED down against our card. Blow on it, and now you can test it with your battery to make sure that we have a solid connection. Don't forget about your switch.